And fashion is also fusing with technology when it comes to perfecting the art of the dressing room selfie. Tadd Spering is the CEO of Stylinity, merging social media, tech, and retail. Ted, good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I have often tried an outfit in the dressing room. I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy it or not, and wanted to send that to a friend, to my mother, to someone to get validation. And you have now upped the ante of that concept with Style Stage. Tell me about that.
So the Style Stage is basically a 6-foot-tall smartphone with integrated lighting, so you can get a portrait-quality picture when you're trying on clothes. You can actually tag the products in it and then share them via social media, get other people's feedback, or help them to find a great style.
So it's a stand that's literally in the dressing room of retailers, and you pose in front of it.
It's just outside the dressing room. But yes, it's basically the 21st century three-way mirror.
Now, other than that, you also have what we call the selfie stage, which is a way to mount your phone onto the dressing room wall and for you to also be able to take a better selfie.
Correct. So the selfie stage holds your phone at the exact right height and angle to get an optimal selfie, as if somebody else were holding it for you. And there's a timer integrated into the app so that you can stand back and actually pose for a few different pictures.
All right, so what's the idea here? We're perfecting the perfect selfie in order to better share it with our friends. But what is the business model? How do you monetize? Who's paying you for this?
So when people tag products in the selfie and then share them on any social media platforms, other people see the products listed as tagged items, and they can click an I want this button next to any of those products, and then go to the retail site where they can actually make a purchase.
So it's up to the people to then tag the barcode of what they're potentially buying. The retailers are not paying you for the selfie stage or the selfie stand.
So we provide the selfie stage to the retailer for free, and when there's a sale that happens as a result of a shared shoppable selfie, we get a commission on that sale.
I get the concept of the selfie, and obviously people want to get opinions of friends, and that is really the trend that you're tapping into. The millennials need to share everything. Talk to us about that.
Well, millennials currently share over 100 million selfies every day. So that's obviously an enormous number, and they're already tagging millions of the products in those selfies, or they're trying to, so they hashtag them on Instagram, but other people don't have any real ability to find those exact products. And so brands are sort of running around trying to utilize that information, but they can't track ROI to it, and they can't actually drive sales through the images, and therefore they can't identify the influencers who are really driving sales, and thus they can't reward them either.
So if I want to do this, I need to go to a dressing room that hopefully has the selfie stage here, and then click that onto the back of the dressing room wall, put my smartphone, and if I may just borrow yours here for a second, put my smartphone on here, and you say that this has been configured to give you the perfect angle and the app creates the flash as well to give you a better lighting?
Yeah, so you have it at the perfect angle, so you sort of cut out the underside of your chin, get a more of a full-length picture.
I always tell people to shoot me at a high angle. I'm very familiar with that.
Yes. And so you get an excellent picture. If somebody else were holding it for you, they'd hold it at about that height and angle. But a lot of times you're shopping on your own, or you're in a large dressing room, you don't have someone there to take the picture, and you can put that in the
All right. So then the app allows everybody to share this with all their friends and tag the item that they're potentially wearing. And you make money by having the sponsor of the tags.
Yes, so when they tag the product, they're tagging the exact product. And so when they share it, somebody will see an I want this button right next to it on Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest, wherever. And if they click that, they go straight to the retail site where they can purchase it. And if they do that, we get a commission on that sale. And we share some of that with the user.
We're seeing a big trend overall about the customization of the retail experience. How does this all fit into that?
Well, one of the trends that we're seeing is millennials especially are spending more on experiences. So they're spending more at Starbucks or going out to a restaurant. They're spending generally a bit less on clothing. We're trying to add fun and the experiential element back into the shopping process, really bring back the joy of shopping.
The joy of shopping, I don't think that's ever been lost if you know the term retail therapy. But how do people see technology and social media further enhancing the experience? What is the next frontier here?
The next frontier is social commerce. So The Economist actually predicts social commerce to be $1 trillion industry by the close of the decade. And so really what we're seeing is a convergence of these trends of social media usage, user-generated content, and retailers beginning to use that user-generated content to drive sales. So they're replacing professional models and professional photographers and starting to use their customers, especially the fashion-savvy influencers, to drive those sales.
And is this applying only to fashion, or can we see this moving into other purchasing sectors as well?
Ultimately, it's going to affect every sector of the economy. I mean, you're seeing it now with fashion and beauty, but there are automotive experts and home building experts who can provide expertise on their sphere of influence and knowledge to people and ultimately drive their sales and their consumption habits.
So you're capitalizing on the trend that people want to hear from people like themselves.
They want to hear from people like themselves, but who have that extra degree of influence and expertise. And so we're focused on the engaged consumers, the more fashion-savvy influencers who can really drive the taste and opinions of everybody else.
So what do you think is the best way to tap into the millennial customer who is so focused on this then?
Well, through their phones and through selfies. Again, they're sharing 100 million pictures every day, and phones continue to have better and better cameras. Companies are spending huge amounts on them.
Well, here's the thing. I take a picture of myself in the dressing room because I'm not exactly sure if I do look good in this outfit, in fact. Now, do I have access to these photos? Do other people have access to these photos? What about privacy concerns?
So the user controls who sees the picture. So you can share it with no one. You can text it to 1 or 2 other people, or you can share it publicly, especially if you want to drive sales and earn a lot of rewards for doing so. The user has complete control over all of that. And ultimately, we're trying to help enable those influencers to increase their sphere of influence and earn rewards for doing so.
And your database maintains control of all of these images. Because you're in a dressing room. Sometimes you can be caught in a precarious position, not quite dressed.
Yeah, we are very cognizant of the importance of security. So we're trying to make sure that the user has absolute security over the images, and they're only shared with people
Tadd,
they choose.
how many stores is this product in? I haven't seen it. I'm a pretty good shopper. I'm regularly visiting lots of department stores and boutiques, and I haven't seen this. So.
Well, we actually just finished producing these 3 weeks ago. So we were prototyping it for over a year before this. We're going to be rolling it out to stores during the holiday season. And we will also then be making it available to consumers.
Where can I find a self-stage?
You'll be able to find them in a lot of stores in Q4. And we will make them available to consumers. They're not for sale to consumers yet. But if you are interested in that, you can create an account on our website and log in for updates. And we will let you know when they are available.
All right. Thank you so much, Tadd Spering, CEO of Stylinity. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, smart.